howdy, all you collector car fans out there. This is once again Jason, the owner and founder of Southern Bush Motorsports. So we got a great Tales from the Bush for you today. It's kind of a bit of a class, but it's more of a fun thing. Maybe the guys out there with more experience will pick it off before the people with not as much experience will. But this car right here and the next car is a 70 Roadrunner. This is a 70 Grand Coupe Barracuda. So here's what we're trying to figure out, because these were two very tough inspections for me. Is this car restored? Or is it unrestored? Is it restored but a long time ago? Or is it completely untouched, unrestored, survivor? The answers will come at the end, but it's a pretty good thing to look at this, because this was a really tough car. So let's just get into it. So you've got a 383 70 Barracuda Grand Coupe. Let's just say that this car is a survivor car. Pretty cool cat. I mean, that car is as stock as you can get. I love these Barracudas, and I especially love the Grand Coupe because it had a few extra things on it. The overhead console, I really like that. But look at how straight this car is. Let me tell you something. If this car's been apart, whoever restored it, I need his number immediately. Look at this. Look at the size on that car. Because this car, let's say it was restored, the car was done right. This car does not look like it's ever been apart. But let's take a look at it. Maybe it's an older restoration. I'll tell you the answer at the end, but I'll tell you what, it was a hard one for me to inspect. That interior there looks all original. The back seat, got tear marks on it. So even if this was an older restoration, the seat shouldn't fall apart like that, and that carpet shouldn't look like that either. Overhead console looks pretty good. You can see the wrinkle on the fabric and stuff. Well, definitely looks original to me, but let's just keep going on it. Those door panels, they got some discoloring on the trim. Door jambs look maybe a little bit too shiny, but maybe this is a low mileage car that, look at that rear view mirror and the pegs for the sun visor. That surface rust that's on that mirror and those pegs, that takes a long time for that to form up. Here's a bad picture of the odometer. It looks like it says 50,000 miles. And you can tell if the mileage has gone over 100,000 miles, because when it rolls back to zero, there's a little click pin in that odometer that breaks, so none of the numbers sit straight again. And that looks very straight. So, let's keep going on, and maybe this is a 50,000 mile car. I don't know, that driver's panel, somebody must have taken really good care of it, because you use that door every day, it gets banged up a little bit. Well, that tire care sticker definitely looks old, and the trunk's definitely not perfect. Got little nicks and stuff like that. This might very well be a survivor car. That trunk looks pretty clean, if you ask me. Carrying on, it's not the right tire in there, but that's not the end of the world. I don't know, man. That trunk doesn't look like it's ever been replaced. It's definitely got the rust in there. I remember, like I said, I'll give the answer at the end, but yeah, that trunk's never been replaced. You can tell by the way that it sits and stuff like that. In my opinion, that trunk's never been replaced, because when you do replace it, it's very hard to make it look factory. So this engine compartment, this is usually a pretty good telltale sign if anything's ever been done, because it's hard to take this whole engine compartment apart and take the motor and transmission out without banging something. And I don't see any of the telltale marks on the hub there, the wheel housing, the tranny housing. I mean, the intake looks pretty darn old. Yeah, it certainly doesn't look like anything in that engine compartment has been done. Maybe that radiator has been replaced. A lot of the fellas that got a lot of experience in these cars are probably already got their opinion on what's going on with it. I just show some more pictures, same pictures of the car on the outside, so you can take another final look at it before we get into that 70 Roadrunner. But unrestored, maybe an older restoration, survivor car, untouched. Tough call. It really is a tough call, because the car is super clean, and to me it could very well be a car that was restored 20, 25 years ago and just somebody took really good care of it. Then again, this shows a lot of the signs that the car's never been taken apart. This is why whenever you're buying a car and you don't have a lot of experience in it, it's so important to get an inspection done. If you're not sure, you can use somebody like me as a consultant that can look over the pictures and stuff before you go to the next level, which is getting somebody to inspect it, because those inspections can be pretty pricey, and a lot of the inspectors that go out there, they're not really muscle car buffs. They're general car inspectors. Not always, but generally when you send an inspector out, they're just car inspectors. They don't really know what they're looking at restoration-wise and old car-wise. So consulting can always help, especially like me. My office looks like NASA. I got 55-inch monitors all over the place, all touchscreen, and I can stand and swipe pictures and blow pictures up, and I can just see stuff you can't see. So here we go. This is a 70 Roadrunner. Beautiful looking car. Yes, these pictures are blurry, but you know, digital technology was just starting to come around. I think we did this one in 2004. So yep, you can put all the comments you want, but yeah, the pictures are blurry. It's kind of hard to give an assessment on this, but this is kind of what I had to go on before I went out and take a look at the car. Looks pretty clean, pretty straight. Definitely very stock looking. All the panels are straight on it. Chrome's in the right place. Glass is pretty good. This could be a survivor car. Who knows? Whew, definitely a straight car on the side. It's kind of hard to restore a car and get it to look like that. You know, this might be an unrestored car, a survivor. I mean, that thing looks awfully straight. You know, everything looks like it's perfect and in its place. Chrome looks a little too shiny to be a survivor car. You know, we'll have to see at the end when I reveal everything. Man, that car is straight down the side. Holy smokes. You know, a lot of people don't understand that when these cars came from the factory, they were far from being perfect. They were nice cars, they were well built, but they definitely weren't perfect. I mean, I've seen some cars where I've found them when they were completely untouched, like real survivor cars. It's a rarity, it's incredible to see, and they weren't perfect. The paint wasn't the best, and things were out of place and that, but, you know, they did what they did back then, and, you know, they built the cars the way they built them. You know the back end of that car, look at that bumper. That bumper's pretty shiny for being an original, if we're saying that this is an original unrestored car. You know, the carpet looks like it's worn out pretty good. Seats look like they got a lot of wear in them. One thing about those Plymouth seats is they definitely held up. I'll give them that. Yeah, the carpet does look a little worn out. That dash doesn't look perfect. But you can't mistake that pistol grip shifter. Boy, that is a beauty. You had to order that pistol grip shifter. It didn't just come with the car. But your front end of that car, I mean, the grill's perfect, bumper's perfect. Those marker lights on the bottom in the bumper there, they definitely look like they got some wear and tear on it. That door jam's got paint on it, which they didn't. I don't think they came with paint on them from the factory. But, you know, then again, it's a tough one because that interior looks like it's a well-worn interior. Maybe it's an older restoration. I don't know. It's a tough call. Ah, there you go. They ain't ever put a 5-speed in those cars. It was only a 4-speed, so something's up right there. I don't think they put a 5-speed. I'm pretty darn sure they didn't. Something looks different there. And that trunk, pretty clean. But, you know, trunks always did look clean. Trunk lids, I mean, look pretty clean. Now we're getting into the engine compartment. Well, that's pretty clean. You know, it could have been shined up. The windshield washer or the overflow reservoir looks like it's definitely old. The motor doesn't look like it's been taken out of that car. I don't see any telltale signs of it being banged up. And that wire block on the firewall there looks pretty old. Looks pretty tight around underneath the hood there. Pretty darn clean. Definitely a tough inspection for somebody who's going to inspect that car. So we're showing a little bit of the pictures of the car, some more final pictures of the car so you can get a good outside look of it. Wow, that was a really straight car. And you know, I know these pictures are not the clearest, but you also got to understand this is what, 19 years ago, 20 years ago? Digital technology stunk then. It was out, but it stunk. Wow, that's just, look at the side of that car. I'd be happy to have that car any day, no matter what the car is. That's just a beautiful looking, plum crazy purple car. Very straight, very mean looking front end there. Yeah, it's just a very nice straight looking car right there. What do you guys think? You think maybe this is a restored car or an unrestored car? 70 plum crazy purple Roadrunner. She definitely is a very straight car, I can tell you that. So here you go. I'm ready for the big reveal on what both these cars are. The 70 383 Grand Coupe Barracuda was a 100% unrestored unmolested, untouched car. It belonged to a grandfather. The grandson got it in inheritance. He didn't know what to do with the car, so he parked it, ended up needing money, sold the car to another private individual. This 70 Roadrunner, although she's beautiful and looks original, this is a 19-year-old restoration, and the car ended up in some hands where somebody took care of it. So there you go. The 70 Barracuda was an untouched car, unrestored survivor, and the Roadrunner was a restored car from 19 years ago. Thanks for coming out and checking on the Tales from the Bush, and don't forget to come back.